Welcome to our Energy Connect studio. I'm delighted to have sitting next to me His Excellency Tarek El Molla, Egypt's Minister of Petroleum and Mineral Resources. Your Excellency, thank you for taking your time to talk to us on the sidelines of ADIPEC 2021.
Thank you.
It's been a very busy few years, during which time Egypt's oil and gas sector has continued to thrive and grow from strength to strength. Can you tell us, Your Excellency, what are your short-term plans in the next 10 to 12 months to ensure the sector continues on track and remains strong?
Well, thank you. This is a very important question where you want me to summarize my plan in few minutes. But nevertheless, we can be quick and say that definitely our first priority would be to ensure availability of products. So when we talk about this, that means that we need to ensure the development and the availability of our oil and gas production, availability, as well as securing them all the year round. So domestically, my priority is to secure energy. This would be through maintaining the levels, the minimum levels of inventory and stocks, as well as to increase our production. And this would be through different aspects. We'll talk about them later on. But my priority was always to be sure that Egypt's energy is safe and available and covers the needs of the market and would have extra for exports.
Another success story is the creation, again, just only a few years ago, of the East Mediterranean Gas Forum. And as the current chairman, how are you driving unified regional cooperation to ensure balanced supply and a fair monetization of gas profits for all the member countries?
Yeah, well, thinking about having this forum created was an initiative since 2018, made by us as the Egyptian energy sector, whereby we presented to our neighboring countries, and we had since that time very much support and enthusiasm to join and to create this forum. So the forum's intent is really to be able to monetize all the natural gas resource and to make sure that we monetize it properly and quickly in order to make sure that the yields of this monetization goes to the benefit and the welfare of the people of these countries. And when we talk about countries that have got the resource of natural gas, we could say that these are the countries that would enjoy the yields. No, but the answer would be also that not only them, but also the countries that will receive this gas will also enjoy the proximity, the neighborhood, and the connectivity of them with the neighboring countries by pipelines for natural gas. So to ensure the security of supply, to ensure then the energy availability all the time. And as we said, the intent of having this forum is to have the founding countries or members or the joining ones to enjoy not only the resource itself, but they would integrate, they would complement each other for this hub theory. So being it an upstream or producing country or a consuming country or a transient country, we will all complement each other so that we have all together a benefit to our economies and our people.
How are your plans progressing in making Egypt a regional gas trading hub?
Well, as part of what I was explaining earlier regarding the complementing members, so if I say a country that would have gas and do not have sufficient market and would not need all the gas that is there, and I would take an example of Israel, whereby now they are producing the natural gas, covering their needs in the market, and then the extra would be exported. So where would that be exported? They export it through pipeline to Egypt. We get this gas through the pipeline, and then we as well, we could trade it, and this is what's happening now. We trade it through our LNG facilities that we have, and then the benefit is for both parties. Meanwhile, when we talk about trading, we have at the same time natural gas flowing through a pipeline from Egypt through the Arab gas pipeline. It goes to Jordan currently, and perhaps you know that we are talking now also with Lebanon in order to connect and to supply gas for the Lebanese friends and brothers near by the end of the year. And this is other part of how we talk about trading. Other efforts is talking with our Cypriot friends, whereby they have discoveries of natural gas underwater yet. We are trying to help them in order to accelerate their project. So when they accelerate the development of the field of gas there in Cyprus, they would connect it through a pipeline to Egypt, so we could then liquefy it and sell it for them, and so forth. So this is how we are able to work together as different countries to complement each other.
We're kind of at a pivotal junction in terms of energy transition. We've just come off the back of COP26, and obviously massive congratulations to Egypt and Africa for being officially selected to host COP27 next year. Egypt has, ambitious strategy guiding its transition to using clean energy and reducing carbon emissions as part of Egypt's 2030 Sustainable Development Vision. Could you just talk more a bit about that and the importance of Egypt and Africa getting to host COP27?
Yeah, well, we all definitely, in Egypt, we are committed to the COP21, the Paris agreements, and hence all the COPs that were issued, and the late event in Glasgow, and then we are going to host our COP next year, followed by the Emirates the following year. So hence we have a great responsibility and a role to play in the coming years event. So what we are doing is currently, we had already issued the energy strategy, whereby by the year 2035 we will have a 42% of our energy mix as renewables, and we will have dependence on, or we have chosen our energy of choice so far in this transition period until the year 2035 would be the natural gas, as we have expanded as well all modes or all kinds of activities using and maximizing the usage of natural gas, whether electricity, household connections, converting vehicles to CNG, and so forth. Having said that, we are very responsive and very responsible country, and we also would like to showcase what we are talking about. So part of our initiatives that we are currently undergoing and doing really some good studies about it is the CCUS, which is the carbon capture, utilization and storage, which is very important in order to maintain and to ensure that when we produce our fossil fuels, they are not hurting and they are not affecting the green gas house. And what we are talking about is also some good initiatives regarding decreasing and lowering the carbon emissions in all our projects, as well as energy efficiency. So we are intending to have some of these initiatives that we had started already to be shown and to be taken ahead in our COP27 next year that we are going to host, as well as we are cooperating now with governments and with partners and with different companies, whereby we are trying to have a proper roadmap, a proper plan and initiatives to be presented as to demonstrate that we, not only Egypt but also Africa, would represent this part of the world regarding our efforts in lower emissions.
Exciting. Now, just towards the end of my interview, The Egyptian Petroleum Show, of which you are the chairman, is celebrating its 5th anniversary edition in February next year. So in just 5 years, the show has grown exponentially. What are your views on why the show has been so successful?
I think that because we have been able in Egypt to prove a successful policy in general, we have been able to market the Egyptian policy, Egyptian reforms, whether economic or structural reforms. We have been able also to walk the talk by improving all the business agreements and arrangements that we had with our partners. We have been able really to show that we have no still pending legal arbitration cases. We have no pending financial arrears or overdues. So we have been able to fast track all our projects that we agree together with our partner. We have been able to cut the red tapes and to overcome all the bureaucracy. We've been fast. We have improved all the infrastructure in the country. We have no problems in all infrastructure, electricity, power, railways, roads, airports, new developing cities, smart cities. So it is an attractive environment. Plus, we have been able also to get out of the important economic reform that we have made. So Egypt is a right place and the proper place for international community, international oil companies or international energy companies and service companies to come and to invest and to find actually a big market. We have a big consuming market that is growing rapidly, as well as a large opportunity also not only locally in Egypt but also in the region, because we are very well geographically located, and we are by default in a position in the North Africa, in the East Mediterranean and in the Middle East, in a position whereby you have a lot of opportunities neighboring and the location wise. Plus we have very skilled labor, we have very skilled engineers and good manufacturing capabilities and abilities to develop all the services that would be needed. So therefore I can see that all this has been reflected into our Egypt Petroleum Show. Therefore we have been able to see that each year the show is growing more and more than the year before, and we expect after the COVID-19 finishes now and then we are able to overcome with the vaccination and so forth. So we are expecting to have a very busy and very successful show in February 22.
Brilliant. Well, everyone is excited for the February show, and just like to thank you so much for coming by to the Energy Connect studio on a super busy first day of ADIPEC.
Thank you very much. My pleasure. Thank you.